Hey everybody, and welcome to the Morning Sanctuary event. Started up just a few seconds ago. Looking over the rewards, it looks like we've got the Dew Elf eggs, the Fawn Elf eggs. We've got a nest of each one and 3 more of those trophy items, the Elf Sanctuary level 2. Which is awesome because I have a few of those in my camp and I would love to merge them up to get the next higher level. Yeah, so let's dive right into this. Let's see, take a quick look around before we get started. Huh. I can't tell what shape the map is supposed to be. Honestly, it kind of looks like the Grinch's face. With 2 eyes and little hairs sticking up on top of his head. I'm sure it's something else entirely. Or nothing at all. It's hard to say. But yeah, let's go ahead and get our first elf and start harvesting. Go in for that, go in for that, and go in for that. Perfect. So right here, there is a petrified egg, and it looks like, yes, the Dew Elf egg. So we will have the Dew Elf for this event. What is this? Leaf of a fruit tree. So that's going to give us a fruit tree sapling. Very nice. We do have some that we could merge, but I think I want to do a 5 merge with those. Getting those trees as quickly as possible is going to be a huge benefit. Yeah. All right. So I can come over and get a 5 merge with this. There we go. So these are going to be the point items. We see these forest items in a lot of events, but in this particular event, instead of just being a merge chain that we need to pay attention to get cloud keys, they are going to be the point items. Alright, so as he is harvesting, I would like to take a look around. So, already looked at the rewards a bit. And I think our first few quests are the typical ones. So we have merge 5 of anything, 125 times. Harvest from withered plants 65 times. And heal land 45 times. Harvest from withered plants. Alright. So that one might be different than what we usually have there. I think that one is usually the harvest from life flowers. So if I look around my map, I have the withered plants are actually pretty far out there. They're all the way to there. So yeah, but this map is going to heal quickly. So up to this, oh, well that's 200, but that's 32 healing, that's 32 healing. Then it looks like it immediately goes up to 200. So even though it looks like those are far away, I bet we'll get to them pretty quickly. There we go. So my general strategy when I'm first starting out is to get a decent level orb. The largest level that I can fit in the starting space they give me is really what I go for. And then I like to do a nice big heal because that gives me a lot of resources. It frees up this space. It gives me more room for organizing my orbs and the other things that I need to harvest and my point items. So yeah, so that's what I like to do. So I'm going to keep working on an orb. Maybe I might even be able to get a blue one with the amount of space they've given me. Usually I can only get up to a teal or a white. They are being quite generous in this event. So while my elf harvesting orbs, let's go around and take a look at some of the cloud keys. So I've got this one, which is the stump. It's from the point items. I believe that's the level 4. It might be the level 5. Here, actually. We take a look at this. Yeah, it's the level 4 of those point items for that one. Right here we've got berries. So there's going to be a second chain besides our point item chain that we are going to need to pay attention to and try not to merge too much too early. And those are these berries. So if you look at the strawberry here, the strawberry is the first level of that berry chain. And this item is one of the berries. It might be the level 3 or 4. I don't remember for sure. Let's see. Taking a look here. I'm not positive about that. I don't know. That could be the largest level of the thing that we have to harvest to get point items, which is the nest, the forest nest. Or it could be one of these zodiac statues. I'm not sure. I've never seen that shape before. But we're going to keep an eye on that and merge things up carefully to make sure we have enough to make that highest level or second highest level item. Right here, this is a shaggy little bush. It looks like it's also from the point item chain. So if we come back over here and take a look, I think it might be that forest berry bush. It's hard to tell. It's a little bit scruffy around the top and sides like that other one. But this one seems to have leaves on the ground underneath it. So I'm not sure. It could be that one or it could be something else that we're going to discover. But I think it's from the point items. Oh wait. Looks like it might be part of this bush chain here. Because that's got the shaggy stuff with something on the ground next to the bottom. So it could be related to that. Maybe one level lower. Going back and forth trying to memorize it. Yeah, if it is part of that chain, it's a level lower than this one that we can see right here on the map. But yeah, so that would be interesting to see if we can find. Maybe it's that one right there. I don't know. Come on down here. Clean this up a little bit so we can keep harvesting. Alright, we are pretty close to being at capacity down here. There we go. And you keep on going. Let's see. So that was that one. That cloud key. There are no cloud keys at the top of the map. This one here is the mulberry, which is also part of that berry chain that starts with the strawberries. And over here we have another berry. I think these are the blueberries or maybe the cranberries. I'm not positive. It's either the blue ones or the red ones. Is going to open that. And then this one down here. I'm not positive about that one. It might be one of the nests. Do we see anything on the board with that sort of shape? Oh, right there. It's a stone monument kind of thing that we'll unlock when we get further along. Oh, and actually, I think this Taurus statue is the exact thing that we are going to need to unlock this cloud key. Yes, it is. So that's going to be the Taurus statue, and that's already on the map for us. So this is a fairly simple event, all things considered. Here's a lower level bush. We really only have to pay attention to a couple of merge chains and make sure yeah, it's not going to be the best merge. That's fine. We only have to pay attention to a couple of merge chains, and then as long as we heal everything, we're going to get all of our cloud keys. The numbers don't get very high very quickly. I feel like this is going to be a fast, comparatively easy event, which after the last couple we've had, I'm okay with that. The Skylark Goby from a couple weeks ago was a hectic event. The Halloween event from the week before last was a big learning experience for me. I actually made a pretty silly mistake when I was taking care of my merge chains. So since it was Halloween, they were scary, creepy grave items. But it would be similar to the berry chain, where the items themselves don't really do anything, but you need them for cloud keys. I was really silly and I made a mistake. I misunderstood something that I thought I saw. Turns out I didn't see it. And it meant that I was unable to complete the event because I couldn't get all of the cloud keys that I needed. But coming into this event, I am quite excited to redeem myself and see how it goes. All right. So at this point, I think I'm going to set off one of these white orbs and see what we can get healed. I especially want to focus on getting my next elf, so that's going to be this petrified egg. And the third one is right here. But I feel like these are going to heal pretty quickly because this is all 8 and 16. So let's set off our first orb and see what happens. Alright, I unlocked the capsules. Right there, I got my first star from clearing land. Very nice. All right, and I did get that other egg, which is awesome. And at this point, I have access to several resources. I can start making some merges along the edges. I do want to set aside, I've got that right there. No, that is not going to fit there. Let's do some merges on the perimeter to heal some of this land without spending orbs. That's also going to get us some more life flowers pretty quickly. Keeping track of my point items, keeping track of my oh my goodness, I must be tired. My brain is not working right now. Keeping track of the berries, the other merge chain that I need to save up and be careful of, is what I'm trying to say. Go ahead and drop that one right there. Brown grass, yes it is. So I know some people, when they play the Merge Elf events, they prefer not to do a lot of healing at first, just because it will make it so you run into your harvestable items, the things that you can harvest for point items, which is a distraction. Right now, my elf doesn't have anything to harvest except for these life flowers. So he's going to keep getting orbs as long as I don't get anything else that he can harvest. Typically, that is my strategy in a lot of games. I play several other merge games, and yeah, I do tend to prefer to let my elves or dragons or creatures focus in on harvesting orbs. That way I can heal everything and then use the resources on the map in order to get all the points I need and ultimately win the event. With Merge Elves, though, I tend to heal more of the map, and I don't mind so much if I do get a couple of those items, the harvestable items, because it's moving through the map that really gets you the cloud keys, and there's usually a lot of good things under the cloud keys in this game that will increase how quickly you can play through an event. So I like to just keep going where some other people would, get to a certain point and then stop healing the land. I tend to keep pushing through. The other reason for that also is all of these grass-like resources that we have right now are going to give us life flowers, and they're going to give us there we go. They're going to give us the fruit tree sprouts, which are another source of life flowers. There we go. Alright, then we're going to make a green merge. But yeah, so in the interest of getting the highest level life flower that we can as quickly as possible, we really do need to heal the map more than I would typically heal in another game. And I've gotten used to the fact that that's how Merge Elves works, at least for me. Different people do have different play styles, so I am definitely willing to, say that other strategies work very well too. But this is just the strategy that I prefer. Alright, and I think I'm going to set off my other white orb over here in this corner, and hopefully that will go up, get me the other petrified egg. And once I have that, I'm going to pause the recording so I can watch the ads that I need to watch to unpetrify these eggs. And that will give me my second elf. There's also a fawn elf egg right there that we're going to set off to the side. There might be 2 more fawn elf eggs somewhere on the map or hidden under cloud keys. I don't see any right off the bat, but that's fine. So at this point, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording, watch those ads, and when I come back, I will have 2 elves to harvest for me, and we'll be able to really get this underway. Alright, and I am back with my 3 dew elf eggs. So we'll go ahead and merge those. Excellent. Now I've got 2 elves. And it's going to be time to start turbo harvesting. Keep doing my merges on the edges here. I do kind of want to take a look around, because right now every time I do one of those merges on the edge to heal, I'm only saving, 32 points, things like that. If I look further ahead, though, yeah, I don't actually see any of those types of grass, so it's not worth saving them. In some events, there are patches spread out throughout the map of these different grasses, or like in the Skylark Gobi event, instead of grass it was different kinds of cacti. So sometimes saving those is worth it, because then instead of getting instead of getting 32 healing, you end up being able to get 500 or even into the thousands. So I definitely recommend checking that out as part of your, early game, scoping out the map sort of process. Let's see, I've got a 5 merge with these fruit tree leaves now. Start building up those fruit trees. So having us harvest from the withered plants is already a little bit of a change up from the normal quests. If the quests are going to be what they usually are, the second quest under the middle star is usually to harvest from the tricolored life flower. And if that's the case, we want to be able to get up to that tricolored flower quickly so we can finish up that quest and get to the next one that's underneath it. But like I said, they already have changed it up a little bit on this compared to what we typically see. So who knows what's going to come up next. There we go. Getting all this healed up. One of my favorite parts of playing an event is actually this early stage where you're going around, you're making merges on the edges, you're seeing a lot of progress because the map clears away pretty quickly at this point, and it's just really rewarding and really satisfying. Like, the late game is fun too, but late game it turns into a lot of harvesting, which is very relaxing to me. Like, I can just sit and zone out and harvest and have a great time. I don't want to waste that grass. There we go. But you know, this early game where it's more active, I don't know, tends to be more fun for me. Yes, so for those of you who don't know, I have recently, very recently, like 2 days ago, started a Merge Elves website and the goal of the website is to organize information about Merge Elves just as a game, possibly start up a community, and also to give information for the events and for collecting the different merge chains. I have a bunch of really big, grandiose plans for the website. Right now, there's a little bit of information on the past couple events. This event is going to be the first one where, as I play the event, I'll be updating the website with cloud keys and other information like the merge chains that we need and items we have access to, that sort of thing. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have the link for that in the description of the videos for this event, and that link will take you straight to the event page for this event. It is definitely a, you know, brand new baby website. It doesn't have a lot of content. I have tried not to put pages in it that don't have any content. But for the sake of some of the links, it was like I almost needed to. And some of the information that's there might seem disjointed and like it, you know, why did she start with this one? Well, because I wanted to link that page and I didn't want to have to remember to go back and do it later, so I created the page. I'm having a lot of fun with it. But I have had to do a little bit of research into parts of the game that I've already gotten past. And unfortunately, there isn't a lot out there online about Merge Elves. And that's actually one of the reasons I decided to make the website, is when I was trying to do research, I couldn't find anything. So I was like, well, gee, this is a growing game. I know several people in the merge communities who play Merge Elves, so it seems like there should be a website or a place where all of the information on it is consolidated and easy to get to. So that's why I decided to do this. But because there isn't really a lot of information online about this game, the stuff from the early game that I've already gotten past before I decided to do the website, I don't necessarily have the information on that. Like the camp quests. Let's see. Right now I'm up in the 30s on most of my quests. But I was in the 20s when I first started putting them into the website. And so anything between like 1 and 20, or I think even on the Flourish quest it's 1 and 28. I don't have that information because I just don't have that information. So if anybody either hasn't gotten past those quests, or you documented what the quests were and you are willing to share that information with me so I can put it on the website, I would be super grateful for that. And send me a message or send me an email. My contact stuff is on the website, and that would be really awesome. Otherwise, I don't know. It's gonna have a couple of holes for a few minutes. Um, let's see, what else has been going on? I feel like a lot has been going on gaming, but I think it's really just because I've been working on my camp quite a bit, working towards getting my next wonder. I have 2 wonders sort of on my list of I need this wonder soon. The first one is actually the berry wonder. My first wonder was the berry tree, which is the easiest wonder to get because it only has 5 levels that you have to go up through to get it. And you have access to the pieces that make up that merge chain pretty early in the game. So that one was really easy to get, all things considered. The next one that I'm working on is the berry chain itself. So when you tap on the berry trees, you get berries out of them, which makes sense. They're berry trees. And since I got a bunch of those berries while I was working on my berry tree wonder, I decided to just keep going with it. And I'm actually pretty close. The wonder is at level 9, and I'm up to level 8 in my berries. I have 2 level 8s. So obviously I want 5 for the 5 merge. So I still have a little ways to go, but I'm way closer than I am on any other wonders. So I think that's going to be the next one I get, and that's kind of my goal. After that, I really want the stone wonder. So not the stone, the resource, but the stones that you harvest the stone resource from. Having that in my camp is going to open up a bunch of new possibilities, at least I expect it to. We'll see what actually ends up happening, but I'm excited to get that and see what kind of features it brings into my camp. I did have an experience today, though, that made me realize I have been misjudging this game a little bit, I think. So, the first merge game I ever played, and when you look at the creation of merge games, one of the earlier ones to come out was Merge Dragons. So I tend to compare other merge games to Merge Dragons. I've played it for a while. I enjoy it. I'm very familiar with it. All of the merge chains, the world, the events, everything. So when I am looking at another merge game, I go, okay, well, if I compare this to Merge Dragons, how do I feel about it? Or, oh, this particular merge chain is similar to this merge chain in Merge Dragons. For example, the berry trees are like the mushroom bushes in Merge Dragons. And doing that has been helpful in some ways because it helps me feel familiar with the game pretty early on before I've played it for very long. But I am discovering more and more that Merge Elves is definitely its own game, and it has its own, little secrets and things to discover. For example, one of the things that has been driving me a little bit crazy in my camp is the slimes. There are 2 slime chains. One of them is the slimes that have clothes. You have the businessman slime and like a little wizard looking slime. And with those, when you tap on them periodically, they will give you a fruit tree sprout or a fruit tree seed, depending on what level the slime is. So that's been really fun, and those are cute, and I love them. But there are also yellow and orange slimes that don't do anything by themselves. You get them and you merge them up, and when you merge them, they give you useful resources. But at first, I had no idea where they were coming from. And honestly, until today, I still had no real idea where they were coming from. I just had a guess. The description of them says that they grow near berry bushes. So I never had a berry bush sprout one or a berry tree sprout one when it was just sitting there. I tried to harvest a bunch of the berry trees to purposely get them, and I thought I saw one of my elves get a yellow slime while harvesting a berry tree. And now I'm thinking I was mistaken, because today, while I was looking directly at the spot, one of my elves went over and actually harvested the berries themselves, not just the berry trees. And in harvesting the berries themselves, they came away with yellow slimes. I was like, oh, so that's where those come from. And aside from just, oh, that's where those come from, it turned into all right, I'm going to do that on purpose several times, because the yellow slimes are part of a just two-step merge chain. You have yellow slimes, and then those yellow slimes can merge up to orange slimes. When you merge the yellow slimes to get the orange ones, you get a different mushroom chain. So it's mostly yellow. So the beginning mushrooms are yellow, and they look a little bit like they're glowing. Very pretty. And you also have the possibility to get the golden fruit tree seeds. In fact, it's a really good possibility. I've had those come up quite a bit. I thought those golden fruit tree seeds were going to be rare, because the comparable item in Merge Dragons is pretty rare. I say pretty rare, it's incredibly rare to get golden Midas tree seeds. But yeah, so I was kind of excited about realizing, hey, wait, this is different. Like, there are some things that you can compare to Merge Dragons and Merge Magic and, the other Merge games that are out there, but I'm finding more and more that there are definitely pieces of Merge Elves that is just purely its own game, which makes me really happy. It's nice to see that. So yeah, that was a fun little discovery I had today with the slimes and the berries, and realizing that I could harvest the berries. I hadn't even tried to harvest the berries because I didn't think you could. And I'm sort of learning my lesson here. I shouldn't just take for granted that I know things because of how other games are played. And it's put me back in a position where, the game feels brand new and shiny, and I'm just, even more excited to keep exploring it. I was already excited about it. I really like Merge Elves. I like the artwork. I like the play style. I love the space of the camp and the event maps. Like, it's all wonderful. But now it's even more wonderful, because it feels like, something that I maybe haven't seen before. And with Merge games, that's a little bit difficult. I think of at least tried out pretty much every merge game available for my phone, and a couple that are available on the computer only. So for me to find a game that I'm like, oh wow, there's new stuff in here, it's exciting and I like it. There we go. Let's see. So we got the merge 5 of anything. The next quest here is going to be to make the mythical rough orb. And we're going to need 3 of those. Which, that's typical. That's usually our second quest in that top star. So that's good. What is this? Harvest from withered plants. So I don't think I've actually healed from anything that looks like a withered plant to me. So I'm wondering if those little mushroom looking flowers also count. We'll see. I'll see what happens. Oh yeah, so going back to the website for just a second, the reason I even started talking about the website was I wanted to share something I thought was a little amusing. So as part of putting together information for the website and trying to piece together some of the information that, I hadn't recorded yet, I went back and I was quickly watching my other videos, for example, to see if I, if I finished a quest in the video, then I would be able to see what the quest number was and what the directions were for it so I could put it on the website. Unfortunately, that only got me a couple of quests to add in, but because I didn't want to sit and watch all of my videos and just listen to myself, which is actually a little bit of a strange experience, I set it at double speed, and I was like, this actually sounds better at double speed. I didn't realize how slowly I talk. But I think everybody, it's kind of weird to hear yourself talking and to be recording things. But I didn't realize I had, the sort of pausing cadence to my conversation. I don't know how to word it. And once I set it on double speed, I was like, oh, hey, I'm talking at a normal speed now. So if you haven't tried it, maybe try watching my videos at double speed. I don't know. It worked for me as far as understanding, and it was just something interesting. Alright, so we have gotten up to the purple orbs. Also, I have, go ahead and tap out that star, which is giving us some harvestable items, which is perfectly fine, in just a moment. And I also have this stump now that is going to be this cloud key. So I want to be able to take a screenshot, so let me go in and just turn on screenshot. There we go. Screenshot of the cloud key. And then we drop the level 4 stump right in there. There's one more of those fawn eggs. Awesome. Awesome. So now we've got 2 of these. As soon as we find the 3rd one, we will have another elf running around and helping us out. We got a golden leaf, which is probably going to be helpful. And I think this is my 5th little yellow puffball. It is. So I can make a 5 merge on these puffballs. Alright. So yeah, those puffballs are one of those things that I would be careful about merging too early, just because I'm not sure if I'm going to need them for cloud keys. I know this, I'm convinced now that this is part of that chain, but I'm still not positive if the one we need is on the map somewhere, or if we're going to have to merge to get it. So it's safer to just hang on to it. There's no rush. You know what? I think I'm going to store my gems right over here on this little island. And before my overly excitable elves harvest all of this away, I'm going to start doing some purposeful harvesting. So these are items that will disappear if they're harvested all the way down. However, there are different levels of the item, so this one is the rare spirit tree, this one is the common spirit tree, and this one is the epic spirit tree. So as we harvest this down, it's going to drop to the next lowest level of the spirit tree. And once it's at that next lowest level, you'll be able to merge these together. See how now it's the rare one? So it's the same as this one that we have over here. So I could do a merge with these and it would go back up to being that epic level. I think I can do at least one more harvest out of each of these. And that one says common, that one says rare, that one says rare. Alright, so we do a merge with that. We are back up to the epic level. And I'm actually not going to harvest that down all the way just yet. That way if my elves float over to it and harvest it once, it won't end up disappearing by accident. Because I like to keep those around and keep merging them up and harvesting them down to maximize the amount of points I get. These guys over here. Gotta merge with that. Got a 5 merge with these. 5 merge with the mushrooms is gonna give me a 5 merge with those guys, so I get a 5 merge with the stumps. There we go. Very nice. Alright, let's get back to harvesting some more orbs. And I'm going to I think I'm gonna do another heal. I think I'm gonna set off one of these purple orbs and see what I can get with it. Start over here and it will clean up those little straggly areas. Alright. Yeah, that works out nicely. We got another green puffball. I think that's my 5th green puffball, so I'm going to end up merging those. Do a merge on the perimeter with that. Merge you, merge you. Bring you over here. Very nice. Let's work our way right across here. This is one of those harvestable deals. That's one of them. Give them something to be doing down there. Let's see. Can make a merge with that. Do I have another? I do have another sungrass right there. Moongrass anywhere? Yep. And I don't want to do the combo. There we go. Very nice. And Elf Sanctuary. So these are the ones I believe that once we merge them, they're going to turn into the harvestable items that don't disappear. They're going to turn into those, I think they're called forest nests. Let's see, I do have that filled out. So yeah, the Forest Elf's Sanctuary. There we go. Not nest. So we don't want to merge those for a little while. We want to keep them safe. We will come back to them, definitely. But for the moment, we just want to set them off to the side and not merge them. And when we do merge them, though, we definitely want to do 5 merges. Just to make sure we can get the highest possible level on that. I'm not sure if we need it. I don't think we do, because I don't see any other cloud keys. But a lot of times the higher level of these harvestable items will be a cloud key. So in these events, it's just a good habit to get into to not merge those unless you can make a 5 merge. There's no hurry on getting them merged together, so letting them hang out just at that low level isn't going to hurt your game at all. So I think this might, yes. Oh, and I didn't do a screenshot. I'm not used to doing these screenshots for the cloud keys. There we go. That's fine. Alright, so what do we have here? We have a bunch of leaves. We got another golden leaf, which is awesome. Hopefully we'll get a lot more of those and be able to merge them. I'm glad I saved one of those. Get that healing. So this is one of those sanctuaries. So now on the board I do have something that the elves are going to try to harvest, but that's fine. I also got my 3rd fawn elf egg, which is wonderful. Let's see, so if I bring this over here, and now I've got 3 elves. Awesome. Super awesome. Got another berry. Let's just keep those 2 together. Alright. I don't know, this map is staying messy. Normally my maps are a little bit cleaner than this. Maybe not early game. Maybe early game they usually are messy. I feel like I say, my map isn't usually this messy during every event. And then it gets cleaned up and it feels like normal. I'm gonna check here. I wonder if this... Yes, that bramble does count as a withered plant. So that is definitely going to help for completing that quest. Let's merge these down, see if we can make a little bit of space. And it's not, oh, that's the common level one, so it's not going to merge. It has to be the rare level. Looking around. Don't have another rare level that I see, but I might get one from this star. There we go. Alright, so if I harvest this down, it will end up giving me a rare, and then we can do a 5 merge with those and get 2 more of the epic level. And I think I'm gonna do 1 harvest on that. Oh, it's still not merging? Let's see, because that is a common. That's a common. Rare, common. So those 3 would merge together. That's a rare. And that one's an epic. I wonder... I'm gonna try something. I want to see if a rare will harvest down to being a common. Nope, they just disappear. That's what I expected to see. So that's fine. Alright, go ahead and merge those up. We're back up to an epic level. Awesome. All of these orbs all over the place. Five merge right there. Gonna move that over. Gonna make a 5 merge with those. All right. It's a little bit strange. I feel like this event is going well. I don't feel like it isn't going well, I guess I should say. But it feels like it's going slowly. But I'm making good progress. I have some pretty high level orbs here already. I have a nice bunch of flowers going on. I'm trying to be careful. I want to merge up to higher level flowers, but I don't want to merge up too quickly because I don't want to go past a level of a flower if one of my quests is then going to be to harvest that level. So I'm trying to be strategic with keeping the slightly lower level flowers around. Let's see, for berries, I don't think that's the right berry for that. Yeah, no. So keep hanging on to the berries. Save them for 5 merges. Yeah, with your berries on this, you definitely do not want to make any 3 merges at all. Where there are so many berries that are cloud keys, and especially the higher level ones, we are definitely going to need every berry that is on the map in order to get those cloud keys we need. So stay patient with those and it will pay off. Let's see, do I have another yellow? I don't have another yellow at the moment, but I can make one. Move these over so they have a little bit of room. The more space they have, the more life flower sprouts they will give me. That's going to be a 5 merge right there, and I've got a 5 merge with these red. Awesome. Now I have enough of the purple that all of my elves can be harvesting from purple flowers. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and oops, got the wrong thing. There's a 5 merge for some more saplings. And now that I've got space, I'm really going to spread these out. There we go. Nice. Keep them harvesting down here. Blue, orange. Move that on over. Alright. I feel like the board is starting to come together a little bit and be a little more organized, which is always nice. It is definitely the harvesting and organizing, that I enjoy about this game. I like a lot of things about this game, but the harvesting and organizing are two of my main favorite things. So let's take a look over here. Condense all of these sprouts down into flowers. Very nice. There's a piece of grass. We've got, I think I have a 5 merge with these fruit tree leaves. I do. And those can hang out until I have some more sprouts. Got another piece of grass right there. Put you right there, put you right there. 5 merge with those. I do not already have another red flower on the board, but I will get one pretty quickly, I am sure. Let's see, no merges on the edges up here. Yeah, I think we are all out of merging on the perimeter. So, go ahead and take my healed grasses and combine them to get the sprouts. Alright, do I have any more of those grasses anywhere? So at this point, I want to get my map set up for passive harvesting overnight. It's not going to be the best passive harvest because I do have some distractions on my board. On my map, but even the distractions are items that I ultimately need. Like, I need those point items. So even if I don't get quite as many orbs as I might have, I'm okay with that. What I would not be okay with is, if I had a lot of these items healed and the elves could get distracted harvesting the withered plants, that I would be a little more frustrated about. But when they're going to be harvesting orbs and point items, those two things, I'm perfectly fine with them working on their own. I do want to try and get it so I have all the same level flower though. So I want to get one more of those red twin flowers. There we go. Because, as I am sure you guys have noticed, your elves always want to harvest the lowest level flower available. I don't know why. It is how they are programmed. That just seems to be their preference. So if you make it so you only have one level of flower available on your map, they have to harvest the one you want them to harvest. They have no other choice. And when it comes to managing your event map, I find that it is usually a really good idea to just give your elves no choice but to do exactly what you want them to do. Let's see now. Setting up my typical organization pattern. If you have watched any of my other videos, this pattern is going to look incredibly familiar. Set those off because they're little and we don't want them here. And there we go. I know, I'm actually going to sell those to get them off the board. And that's fine. Alright. I feel like my game is in really good shape. I believe I'm coming up on about the 1 hour mark. Let me see what time it is. Yeah. 10 after. Been working on this for about an hour and 10 minutes. Just move my sprouts up here. That way, as those fruit trees start making new sprouts, everything is going to be connected. That's all good. This is all good. The other reason for condensing everything down the way I am right now, I want to make sure I have as... that was clumsy. Sorry. You're going to have to go. I want to have as much space as possible. So while my elves are passive harvesting through the night while I sleep, they will have a lot of space to make things that I do want. All of those orbs, all of those point items. Let's see. So that looks good. I have 2 of those fruit tree seeds. I don't see any others. I'm a little bit tempted to delete them just to make the space, but knowing how things work for me, I will delete them and then find more hidden underneath a cloud key. So I'm actually going to hang on to those. 5 merge there. And I am going to move my rows up 1 more because my flowers are a little bit crowded. I might even go 1 more than that. So whenever you do a 5 merge, well, not a 5 merge, but if you do a 10 merge or a 15 merge and you get that accidental combo where your items are sort of bouncing off each other and bounce into another combo, that only happens because you haven't given them enough space to bounce around and go where they think they need to go. So when I'm setting up the organization for my merges, I like to give plenty of space. That way, when I come in and I do a mass merge, I don't get accidental combos as often because my orbs and my point items and my flowers and whatever else I'm merging up has plenty of space to move around and go where it wants to go. Let's see, just double checking. I think I am going to sell these 2 grasses. I don't believe I need them. I have one more raspberry right there on the edge.